Thank you. Happy to be here. I think it contributed. So to actually to clarify, I started my first business when I was 15. I was partly in foster care, and for the majority of my life, I was burnt out because I was a workaholic. I'd wake up, I'd have a bowl of sugary cereal, and I would just work for the rest of the day. And I would stress out time after time, and I would burn out, and I didn't even know what the term burnout was. And eventually, I sold my company, and I was able to invest time in myself. And a part of that self-discovery process is I realized that who we are, the things that we do every single day, that's really who we become. There's this great quote by the late Jim Rohn: "Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day." And so one of those things I did, instead of just always working out, burning out, and I invested in myself. And so I created this foundational habit. I like to call it my mind, my body, my soul routine. So I'll meditate for 20 minutes, I'll read a book for 30 minutes, and I'll exercise for 60 minutes. And by investing in yourself, even if I look back at that day and I was unfocused and I didn't feel like I could get anything done, I'm able to look back and see that I did achieve some level of direction to further my personal development and even my future. Right. No. Well, chances are you already have a morning routine, whether it's brushing your teeth, taking a shower, putting on your clothes, and you're doing that in a specific order every single day. And so you can really start by a process of continuous improvements. Imagine if you can improve yourself by 1% every day. And I think those first 60, 90 minutes are the most important part of the day because that really sets the foundation, the bedrock for the rest of the day. And so if you don't have a lot of time, you can look at this idea of what's the smallest possible thing that I can do to further myself in this particular area that feels important to me and that's important to my values. And so if it's exercise, maybe you can't do a full-on exercise routine. Maybe you just go on the app store and you search for 7-minute workout and you follow this little app that gives you a total body workout in just 7 minutes. Or you download the app Headspace or Calm and you just do a 5-minute meditation routine. You just look at what's the lowest common denominator that you can start with to further yourself in that direction. Thank you. So me time is this concept of investing in yourself. You can have a business and you can be at a job where you're trying to further yourself in that job, but you really have to look at who you are because if you're investing all of your mental energy in this other thing, that may continue to grow, but meanwhile you may be suffering, you may be dealing with that stress, that anxiety, and Lord knows all the kinds of things that we're dealing with in today's society. And so by thinking about what are the things that I want to do today that is going to make me feel good or that is going to help others around me feel good, that is an important concept because that is really an investment into who you are at your core self because that's going to multiply and compound as the days go by. And a few examples of that, you can do a simple practice called the gratitude journal where you simply write down 3 things that you're grateful for and you really embody that. You don't just write down I'm grateful for air, for water, etc. But if you actually sit with the feeling of what it means to be grateful for water, you may actually start tearing up because you realize just how precious this thing that you have on a daily basis is. And that can make you tremendously more happy and help you deal with stress. Or you think about what are the 3 top things I want to work on today? Because often we get bombarded with email and social media and we let other people dictate our schedule. But if you sit down and ask you, what do you want to work on? Then you're more likely to have that level of accomplishment at the end of the day. So to respond, I was supposed, well, just, I mean, screw them. I mean, what are they to say about who you are and the values that you're imposing on yourself that you feel are important to yourself? I mean, I think maybe do it on your own, do it by yourself. But I think at the end of the day, it's, if you feel that what you're trying to do is important to you, then it's, you have to stay true to yourself, right? Because you can't go be living a lie and live somebody else's life, or live the life that your parents wanted you to live. True. Hmm. Well, chances are you're finding the time to open up social media, to browse through TikTok. How many hours a day do we spend on our phones? But when you're accessing your phone, you're just getting a hit of dopamine, and really you're distracting yourself. You're numbing yourself to all these other stresses around you, but that's a stress within itself. You're really not helping yourself long term by doing that. So, say instead of looking at your phone, I mean, I've actually deleted all the social media apps on my phone, and I've also enabled the do not disturb feature on my phone so it goes past 9 or 10 a.m. so that when I look at my phone first thing, I'm not waking up and looking at my phone, because I think that's the terrible worst thing you could possibly do to yourself. Instead, replace that with this positive intention of meditating. There's so many benefits of meditating, or even reading a book. It relieves stress. So by replacing these bad behaviors with good behaviors, you're going to be much better off in the long term, no matter what stresses or behaviors you're dealing with in the present. Great. Yeah, it was awesome to be on here. Thank you guys. I'm in Austin, Texas. Joe Rogan. No, but I've been living here for like 8 years now. So yeah. Okay, cool. It's I think it's just Cody McLean. We failed to mention I have a book as well, but oh well. It's just a book. Who cares? From foster care to millionaire. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, it's out. If you just Google "from foster care to millionaire," it should. I have an Audible and an Amazon book as well. Yeah, and I actually started my own podcast called the Mind Hack Podcast, because it's one thing, like, once you make a lot of money, then I dealt with depression, and I'm like, what do I do next? Because once you have money, it's like I have no purpose anymore, and so I'm trying to expand outward and figure out how can I help others. I look at like Elon Musk, who's helping people in the future, Bill Gates, who's helping people in the present, and so what I really feel inspired to do is help people be more productive, to live healthier, happier, positive lives, and I think that's kind of the direction I'm trying to go in. Like, how can I teach people these basic concepts that you don't learn in school that help you actually in so many more ways than you would get anything out of school? And so that's where I'm going. Sweet. Yeah. Thank you guys. I'll see you.